the flagella. Okay, so example of this is your Pseudomonas and Vibrio. Especially your Vibrio, it is provided with a polar flagellum. Okay, so I hope you know already in your lecture in introductory part of micro with regards to bacterial anatomy and physiology. Okay, sige. So, maano na ka magsiling na Peritrichus, Ambitrichus, Atrichus. Sige. Tapos, some organisms also are non-mobile, like your Shigella and Klebsiella. And some are provided with capsule. Other may have a slime layer which look like a capsule, like your Escherichia coli. And most of the species are pileated. So the pili is also an organ for attachment. So this is exemplified with your Proteus group. Then they have the capability to reduce nitrates to nitrite, and then the ability to produce hydrogen sulfide. And some may have extra chromosomal elements that code for production of bacteriocin or cholicin that kill other organisms. So this cholicin or bacteriocin, they exert to some extent antibacterial activity with another organism. Ang mga ni Maida, ang ito kung nadi-destroy na ato normal flora, especially in our gut, nagkakamayanan na kita sakit. Okay? So, they can be easily destroyed with heat and the use of disinfectants. So, I don't know who will lecture to you sterilization and autoclaving procedure. Tapos na ka mo?
Yes.
Okay, very good. And then they have the ability to tolerate cold temperature and sensitive to drying. So, there ito assurance na if you place your food at leftover food in the ref, safe na ito because they have the ability also to tolerate cold temperature. Okay. With regards to the determinants of pathogenicity, so we have the major antigens. We have the K antigen from the capsule. It is derived from the capsule. The H antigen from the flagella. And the O antigen from the somatic antigen. So these are some of the parts of the organism that are identified to be antigenic. You can best appreciate this in doing your serological test. Like for example, the old serological test for the identification of your Salmonella, the Widal test. Having concentration or the titer of the antibodies against that specific antigen, you can determine whether the patient is having a recent typhoid fever or a past infection. Okay? Pero seldom na ito i-perform it without test, kaya very obsolete na ito. Kaya it requires series of tubes with different titers of the antibody. One na yan na ang slide method, like your Typhidat. I don't know if you are familiar with Typhidat. Okay, with regards to the virulence factors, so some organisms produce endotoxins and exotoxins. What is the difference between endo and exotoxins?
Endotoxin from gram-negative. So,
By the participation. By the lay. or if we are
Exotoxin
referring
A.
to the Shigella, you have your Shiga toxin.
Yeah, chiga AC.
Shiga. And for Vibrio, you can have cholera gel. Or if you're talking here of gram-positive organism, like your tetanus, you can have
Tetanus plasmid.
Okay, so those are examples of your exotoxin. For endotoxin, general po dito kaya lang ang tawag endotoxin because it is only associated for gram-negative organism. Okay, then the organism belonging to the family Enterobacteriaceae are provided with other structures like adhesion colonization factors like your pilus or fimbriae, the O antigen, and the outer membrane proteins. And also, capsule is provided. Typical example of capsulated organism belonging to the family Enterobacteriaceae is Klebsiella pneumoniae. Klebsiella pneumoniae. So, let's see. So, when we do that laboratory diagnosis, we do the microscopic examination of stain smears. So this is the most common we are using is again your gram staining technique, which is a differential staining technique. And there are also many types of your staining technique. You can have a simple staining technique exemplified with the use of your methylene blue technique. Then differential example of differential staining technique, of course your gram staining, and the second one is your AFB staining technique, your acid fast bacilli technique, or your Quinones technique. Okay, then you have also a specific staining technique to stain the a particular structure for demonstration. Okay, damo ito niya. Then, aside from doing your microscopic examination using your smears, of course, there is a need for the proper specimen to be submitted. So, since most of the infections are related in our gut, so sometimes you do your stool examination, but you can also use your blood for example, in the early phase of your typhoid fever, you can do your blood culture using your brain heart infusion agar, and then you can also use your stool culture. So if you are dealing here with fruit juice, you can use also your urine. Okay. Next is, of course, knowing the colonial morphology of the organism on culture. Because there are some organisms that show characteristic growth on the surface of the agar. Okay? So, like for example, discuss naman kamo in Staphylococcus, correct?
Golden.
Okay, you can appreciate the growth of your Staphylococcus when it is allowed to grow in nutrient agar by having a golden yellow colonies. Okay, so that's an then if you are talking here of colonial morphology, of course, to better appreciate the culture of the organism, you use differential culture technique also with the use of differential culture media. Okay? Damo ka klase niya itong culture media. You can have simple like your NA, your nutrient agar. Then You can have also a differential culture media like your EMB or AUC methylene blue odor, wherein you can best appreciate the greenish metallic sheen produced by your Escherichia coli. Okay? Minaw matindi.
Purple hiya, pero may diya sheen nga green, di ba?
Halo mo to
Metallic sheen.
kuan, iyos na. Dagan man ka mo, laboratory.
Nag-drawing.
How can you appreciate the production of the catalase test? Or the oxidase test? The coagulase test? And i-draw it doon.
Pag-staining pa nga
Pero
yan,
you can appreciate in the catalase test because of the ability